Welcome back to another video. Um, Today I'm making this video the day before the roster update, and you know the Diamond Dynasty content has been really good. I obviously started making 2K content also, but I don't know. I kind of want to bring a whole bunch of different sports content, so stay tuned for NCAA when it comes out, Madden, 2K, MLB, all that. But today, kind of bringing a way to make some stubs before the roster update. As like I said, it is tomorrow, and obviously a lot of the prices are going to be higher because it's the day before the roster update. And so it's kind of hard to give out a lot of investments, as a lot of the guys that gave out, something like a Jordan Westberg, you see his price is currently 366 stubs that you could get him for. And when I gave out my investment video, I think he was like 180 stubs in that video. Same with someone like, I think, a Ryan Jeffers. He's like 400 stubs now. Who else did I think I gave out in that video? Kind of forgot, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of the investments I had in that video, their prices went a lot higher. Someone like Anthony Volpe, right now he's still, I think, relatively cheap. But yeah, a lot of the guys that gave out, their prices are a lot higher because they've been playing really good and the roster update's about to come out. However, a way to make stubs that I'm kind of bringing is basically just putting buy orders on players before the roster update. I mean, it sounds pretty, simple. For example, someone like on the cusp of going up in overall, like for example, right here, obviously not saying to do with this specific player, it's just an example. Nestor Cortez currently is 214 stubs. If I put a price of 215 and I buy him, obviously we're not going to actually buy him, but I can put it for 215 because he's a 79 overall. But once he goes up to an 80 overall, as you can see, Clay Holmes, he's been pretty good, so his price is a lot higher. But if I put that same 215 for an 80 overall, you can see it says the price is less than the quick sell value of 400 stubs. So because obviously it's a lower price than the the quick sell value, you can't put a buy order. But obviously if you do it before the roster update, you can. Somebody that happened with me for last roster update was Blaze Alexander, where you can see he's a 70 overall right now. He was a common before. So with commons, you could buy a common for 5 stubs. That's the minimum. And Blaze Alexander I was getting for a really cheap price because of him being a common. He then went up to bronze, and as you can see, actually perfect example, the buy orders are still there for some people. As you can see, if I wanted to buy him for 7 stubs because it's one over the current highest price, you could see that you can't do it because it's under the quick sell value of 25 stubs because he's a bronze now. Which obviously it's a lot less likely they end up selling, considering that either one, if I try to buy this card, I could just put it at 25 stubs and I would obviously get it before the other guys. And then 2, just because, you could obviously quick sell the card for 25 stubs, it's a lot less likely that you're going to sell it for 6 stubs, But at the same time, people are quickly opening packs. They'll, randomly just kind of decide to see it and they'll sell the card. As you can see, I just sold one for 6 stubs. So just to, I guess, show it, but yeah, like you could still buy it at that price. So it's a lot less likely, but if you have it there, you could still get them for a way cheaper price than obviously the value of the card. So yeah, I guess that's kind of what this is about, is kind of bringing that. Now, obviously, I think it's better to do it, gold players, as their prices will obviously, go higher based off, even if it goes from an 80 to an 81, the price jumps. I mean, like the minimum for an 80 is 400, minimum for 81 is 600, then for an 82 it's 900, 83, 1,200. So, I would keep that in mind when you're doing it. Like, for example, this is someone that I think you could do it with for sure, which I think after this video, I'm going to end up buying some Steven Kwans, as, he's on one of the best teams in the sport right now. And I don't know, to me, whenever I'm looking at, cards to buy and players to invest in, a lot of the time, I think, the better the team they're on, if they're also playing good, even higher chance their overall is going to go up because, as a team that's really good this year, for them to only have 2 diamonds, it doesn't make as much sense as, a team like the Padres who are under 500 having the same amount of diamonds. So I don't know. That's just something I kind of look at. So someone with like Steven Kwan, like I was saying, if you want to do that, obviously right now, if you buy him for, 691, right? If you put a whole bunch of buy orders in at that price before the roster update comes out, and boom, the roster update comes out, he goes up to an 82 overall. As you can see with someone like Emmanuel Clase, which, let's just do like example that he's Steven Kwan. If I try to buy him for that 691 right now, as you can see, it says quick sell value is 900, so you can't do it. So yeah, if you just obviously put a whole bunch of buy orders in for a certain price, then, by the time the roster update comes out, then you would have a lot of that card. Hopefully, either one or two, you'll have a lot of buy orders on the card, and you'll get them for a lower price. Like I said, still way harder to actually get it to sell, but it definitely could happen. The only thing with the golds is because, like I said, it is harder to sell. Your buy orders might be there for a long time. So unless you have a lot of stubs or you don't really care about spending a lot of your stubs, I would do it with the golds more often because you can make a lot more. But just in case, I do have a few bronze cards that I think are pretty cheap and I think will go up and you could possibly get in some buy orders for. One of them is Connor Wong. I was buying a lot of him for a lower price. I'm still buying him at 90 stubs because I think it's still really, really worth it. As he's batting like 340 this year with 1,000 OPS. He's been really good. As you can see, all of his hitting stats are pretty bad. And for him to be batting that good, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think he will definitely go up a lot. And obviously, the 90 stubs that I'm buying him at right now, I don't think you'll be able to get him at, after the roster update. So with that being said, that's kind of like I think my main one I would say for y'all to go get in, and that's why I'm buying him a lot right now before I post the video, because obviously, hopefully, some people actually watch the video and they listen to what I'm saying, and you guys go and get your buy orders on some of these guys and go get your cards. So he's kind of the main one I think. Someone else that I think is a pretty good card to look at for like the bronzes are, Josh Rojas, as he's also pretty cheap, 70 stubs. I haven't bought too many of them, but I might buy some more of him. He's been really good this year. Definitely see him going up to a silver possibly, as he's been honestly a really key part of this, lineup, even though they haven't been good this year. But yeah, he's been, I think, really good. And I could definitely see him, going up to at least a silver, which, 73 stubs, you would not be able to buy him at if he does hit silver. So I think it's a good price you can get him at. And then I would say kind of like my last one mainly is like someone like a Richie Palacios. He's really cheap, 55 stubs right now, and they keep moving him up the batting rotation, I feel like, as he's been really, really good for them this year. Just one of the cheaper guys. I feel like a lot of the silvers that I've looked at that I was investing in, a lot of them I feel are, their prices are a lot higher than what I, gave them out for, aside from someone like a, Tommy Pham. He's still really cheap, so I would maybe jump on this too, as I could see him going up for sure after this roster update. I think for sure he will go up after this roster update. I just don't know if it's going to be to a gold because he's only a 76 overall. But he's been really good this year. So I think in the Tommy Pham era, the White Sox have actually been pretty good. I'm back. As I had to shut my window because it's pretty loud from the rain. It's raining and it was pretty loud, so I had to shut my window. But like I was saying, Tommy Pham still relatively cheap for a silver. You know, 100 stubs. Definitely don't mind doing that, as we're literally buying Connor Wong, who's a bronze, for almost the same price. I think it's a really good option. Or someone like a Brian Bayo, who I gave out like my first investment video, which he was on the IL. He only had one start since that video, and he was pretty good in that start. He had like 60 something pitches, went through like 5 innings with 0 earned, I'm pretty sure. It's just, first game off the IL, they didn't really pitch him for too long. But I gave out the investment video, and he was at like 90 stubs, and now he's up to 135. So, I still think he's a pretty good price, though, as I think he definitely has a really good chance of going up. Maybe not this roster update because he hasn't really played, but just in general to get someone that I think in the future will go up. Someone like Anthony Volpe, which, any of these guys that I'm giving on the video and anyone that you guys think that will go up, I would say for sure go and get them now as quick as possible, because even just from me making this video, a lot of the prices have jumped on all these players. Anthony Volpe, he was at like 170 something, now he's at 181. Tommy Pham, when I started, he was at like 95. I mean, it's a small jump, but 101 now. Who else? Steven Kwan, his price was at like 690. Now it's at 702 with a lot of buy orders. So yeah, prices are gonna go up a lot. Obviously, the earlier you do it, would be better. And then I would, like I said, look for guys that you think for sure are gonna go up. Even with someone like Steven Kwan, if you don't think he's gonna, go up, or if you think he's gonna go up, but you don't want to buy him right now, and you want to do kind of like I was saying, you don't even have to put the top price. If I want to buy him for 690, you could see there's two more different buy orders ahead of me. But let's say he goes up to an 82 overall, and the 702 and the 700 fully sell out, then my buy order will still be there. And for the golds, it happens a lot where when they go up, there's like no buy orders on them. Like I said, like kind of like or not CJ, Cedric Mullins. There's no buy orders, so obviously they would see the 690 that is there. So I think that's something you could do, even if you don't want to, outbid some of the people that are buying the card right now, as you can get it for a cheaper price. Which obviously I think is still, like I said, it's a lot harder to sell when it's under the quick sell value, as people are obviously going to see either they could get it for they could sell it for 900 or 690 stubs. They're obviously going to majority choose the 900. But whenever you're opening packs, it shows the top price it will show is the like the thing listed above is the sell into like the auction house or whatever, the marketplace. So some people, they quickly open packs and they'll just see it and just click it without even really caring or looking about the price. But so yeah, that's something you could do if you don't want to, like I said, outbid some of these people. Is just put your buy orders, and eventually someone will buy it probably. Obviously with the golds, like I said, they sell pretty slow. So if you don't have that many stubs, or you don't want to have your stubs gone for a long time, as obviously if I make a buy order, then I won't have my stubs, as they're locked up into that buy order until someone buys it. If you care about having your stubs, or you don't have that many stubs, then obviously doing it with golds probably is not the best idea, as they cost obviously a lot more, but you also make a lot more. Kind of why I gave out some of the bronzes, because I think they're bronzes that for sure will go up. and they're really cheap prices that I think no one's gonna have them listed for that price, obviously, once they go up. So that's really it. Kind of just a quick video, basically saying pretty simple, but just go get your buy orders in, as the prices are really going up a lot as time ticks down to the roster update. So yeah, hopefully that this video or my past investment video helps you make some stubs. If you ended up investing in someone like Jordan Westberg or Ryan Jeffers, Javier Assad, some of the guys I gave out. Hopefully you make some stubs from those guys, and hopefully from this video you kind of learn to go put in your buy orders and possibly get some cards for some really cheap prices before they go up, that you could eventually sell and make some stubs. And that's really it. More Diamond Dynasty content I will be making, more franchise content, and then other sports games, obviously. Been doing a lot of 2K recently, NCAA when that comes out, Madden, all that type of stuff. Kind of just like the big major sports. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a good and profitable roster update.